Hey everybody, my name is Mickey and welcome to the channel. A few days ago, I recorded a reaction to Elvis If I Can Dream, and it was a live performance. And a lot of you let me know that you really enjoy Elvis, you're huge Elvis fans, and you would like to hear more or like to see more reactions from me with Elvis. So that's what we're going to do today. Now, we're going to check out a song called You'll Never Walk Alone. I have heard the song, but not from Elvis. The first time I heard it was from a band from Boston called uh, the Dropkick Murphys. They released it 4 or 5 years ago on their one of their albums, and I thoroughly enjoyed the song. And we were playing it for my mother-in-law, and she informed us that Elvis did it. And so now I'm going to take the opportunity to check that out and listen to it here. So I hope you enjoyed this reaction. So we're going to be watching the official audio video of this performance. So I'll put the link in the description below. Be sure and go to that page and like this video if you haven't already, and subscribe to Elvis if you haven't already. You probably have, but if you haven't done it, please go show some love there.
When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm is a golden sky and the sweet silver soul of a lark.
So in my previous video, I failed to comment on Elvis's performance. I was more talking about the meaning of the song, and I totally did not mean to do that. But we're going to point out here, his voice has such a depth to it. You know, it's such a powerful voice, but he's got the tenderness to it as well. And I know grew up in or born in Mississippi, grew up in the northern Mississippi, Memphis area, learned to sing gospel. That I know he's got a ton of gospel songs, and that comes through. You know, he's just got such a range on that voice. It's deep and powerful, but yet he's got some tenderness to it as well. And I think that's probably a lot of the appeal to his voice is it's got such a range and such power that it just grabs you. And artists back in these days, they didn't have um, the luxury of the all the capabilities that singers have today. Don't get me wrong. There's good singers today as well, but back then they couldn't hide it. That's pure talent. What we're hearing. Yes, there's production there, but it's still there was no auto tune. Is what I'm getting at. So it's he's got a genuine original voice. So let's back it up just a little bit and continue on. I love this version of it too, by the way. It's a little bit slower than the other one.
Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain,
Feel
though your dreams be tossed and blown. Walk on with a hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never ever walk alone. Oh.
I want to pause it there for just a second. Back when he had that build up going, you know, um, you could hear that piano in the background, and they were really, just cranking on it, and that just brought up memories. My grandmother was a piano player, played in the church, and that reminded me of her. So I appreciate that. And, it kind of had that church feel um, to the song there with the choir in the background. So I appreciate that moment there. It made me remember or think of my grandmother and her playing the piano, sitting in the church watching her play. um, but yeah, and that build up, he's one of the best at the build up from those tender moments, and then he adds power um, and volume, but it's more power than volume. You know what I mean? And it, like I said, it just grabs you and pulls you in even further. So yeah, let's continue on here.
Walk on with a hope in your heart, and you never walk alone. You'll never walk alone.
Wow. So yeah, that song made me so happy on many levels. Like I said, reminded me of my grandmother with that piano, uh, and then the choir, and but just the tenderness of Elvis, and the power in his voice. And I know he was a huge presence for a lot of you when you were growing up, and one of the first true rock and roll stars who was larger than life. But yeah, the message of that song as well, talks about how no matter what you're going through, you're not alone. There's always somebody there, whether it be God. You've got friends, you've got family that's there. You may not feel it, you may not think it, but I promise you, there's somebody out there. So it just always just ask somebody, talk to somebody if you need help or anything like that. We're never alone, never alone. So yeah, great song by Elvis. I appreciate you guys stopping by today to check it out. If you got any more or specific song from Elvis you would like me to react to, put it down in the comments and let me know. But otherwise, I hope you're having a great day and a great week, and we'll see you on the next one.